very good evening to everyone. It's still afternoon to be honest, but we are live with our Tier 3 race at Brazil this weekend. And today, with me in commentary box, I do have Kapil who is sitting in the background, and he will be joining me for backup commentary today. But we might soon be back with Deepak Raj. We'll get to know about that. But today we again have a full grid as usual in our Tier 3. We are getting a lot of influx of new drivers that are coming in and are interested to race. So again, coming to the exciting circuit of Brazil, where a lot of DRS strain can be observed, but it is a tricky track to get the move done, and considering that a lot of these drivers are on controllers and keyboards, it will be an exciting fest to watch of for what happens in today's race. But without any delay, let's just head over to the track video to give a glimpse of what
The circuit Jose Carlos Pachi in Interlagos is the setting for round 11. Brazil has a rich history of motorsport heritage with drivers such as Nelson Piquet, Emerson Fittipaldi, Barrichello and Senna, and Interlagos reflects that, with the racing just as historically significant as the drivers. Being commonly found towards the end of the calendar, this power circuit will see the season enter its final stages.
Speed Brothers, we are at the Brazilian Grand Prix circuit, going around a fantastic hot lap to show you how it's done at this circuit. Down to third gear, going through the first of the Senna S's, already up to fourth on exit. As your car shoots down the Curva del Sol onto the first straight of this track, as you get a fantastic overtake opportunity lined up through here, the Decidado Lago, which is your turns 4 and 5, exiting 4, going through 5. As your car shoots up this short straight before 6, which then shoots you onto 7, taking good apex there. And finally, the slightly wide hairpin of 8, which then shoots your car through 9. It's like a sweeping left-hander, which then again shoots you uphill. Through to 10, Bica do Pato, a tighter hairpin, can get an overtake done if you're on fresher tires, which then shoots you onto 11, and then the famous Junshao turn 12 corner. I don't know why it's got such a Chinese name for a Brazilian track. Anyway, shooting you down 13, 14, as your car opens up through this fantastic, fast sweeping section where Gasly Hamilton had their epic duel, as we see what it's like to set a hot lap at this fantastic circuit.
So that was a blazing fast hot lap as well from our very own Eccentric. Currently Tier 1, I think he is second in the Drivers' Championship. But yeah, that was a brief overview of the circuit and what lines you can take. Meanwhile, we are waiting for our drivers to ready up. I have been joined by another admin of IRC, Masoom, who will be here for comms with me. So Masoom, how is life going?
Life is good. It's a very chilly day here in where I live now. Hopefully the same where you are.
Honestly, yes. From the past 5 days, I think I have not seen the sun come out. It's been just cloudy, so a bit chilly. Yes, good weather, I would say. Better term to be used. But yeah, our boys have readied up, and let's just hop onto the game. Let me just see. Okay, it's still loading in. But yeah, coming to that point of chilly weather, see, in my opinion, the best weather is if it does not rain. But
oh my god, is it raining? What is this weather, dude? Seriously.
God, I love Brazil. Crystal clear skies for Tier 1 as usual.
Stormy Tier 3. We have a stormy qualifying and a try to win the race. Oh my god.
So before this race, we did have a driver's briefing. So as I told all the Tier 3 drivers that we are back with the same host, and if it rains in Brazil, you know whom to blame. So I'm pretty sure our host for today is gonna get into a lot of fire after again bringing out a wet race for today.
Yeah.
At the current rate, if they were to take a chat and what do you call, we take randomly out of that chat, it's less like to be rain than what they have been getting so far.
I think if you look into the box, the chit box, it'll just be filled with rain and rain. Nothing. There'll be one dry chit. Someone must have cheekily thrown out of the window as well.
I also think the same. Like it's literally like tier 3 is just rain, nothing else. We have barely seen a dry race in the past
Well,
6
this
or
is
7
good,
weeks.
This is good introduction to IRCs. This is like saying the grassroots are going to be the most treacherous, and as you make your way up, the racing gets tougher. More and tougher racing conditions with respect to the grid. But first, we want you to weather out the storm, and that's exactly what we're
we
saying
can
here.
see we have Nicholas Latifi in the garage in a Mercedes, no less.
Yeah, yeet.
I am not sure who that person is, or is it the game itself? But yeah, we do not have full grid. We are lacking one driver right now. I think he did mark attendance. He was one of the newcomers. But right now we are on board with Abhay Chandra. This is his first race here at IRC in Tier 3, and considering that he has to start off in the wets, let's just stay on board with him and see how our rookie for the day does.
You can see
Wait a minute, wait.
we can see Charitra is on a lap right now, but he's right behind Fire who's on an out lap. Hopefully he's able to
Didn't
make
Abhay Chandra take part in 2 other races? He is Abhi.
Oh yes, my bad. I think Abhay Chandra is Abhi, and there should be one more guy. I think it's Nicholas Latifi who is new to.
Well,
to
we are in the presence of greatness here today, ladies and gentlemen. We should be on for a smashing time.
Yes. Let's not forget Latifi did finish above Russell last year.
Yes, we should
It's true.
definitely not forget that, but it seems like Abhi is struggling with the wet conditions, not really sure when to get on throttle and when to go off. Especially considering that a lot of this field is packed with the controller and keyboard players. I am not sure what those people will be feeling right now.
They will be feeling the Bane with the B, capital B.
It's much easier to bet with the controller than the wheel.
Yep, you know when you're losing traction. I'm actually very
Yeah.
OP on that front.
Yes,
But
yes.
only if your keyboard vibrated as well.
yes.
Only, if only. That's a good startup idea. We should not give it up like that in our streams.
There is actually a keyboard, which has analog, arrow keys.
Inputs, yeah. Even I have
Yeah.
heard about that. But
Analog arrow key.
yeah, basically you can
Yeah,
press how much ever you want.
They basically put a load cell on the arrow keys.
Wow, that is brilliant actually. Makes so much sense as well because just from muscle memory we press harder to go faster. That is an excellent idea.
So we do have a couple of times coming up on the board. We do have right now Manish Kanchan, who has topped the sheets with I am also not able to see the time. It's a 119.822, followed by SSJ Assassin with a 120.1.
Do
the-
something
the-
about
the-
this, Code
the-
Masters.
The time should be improving quite quickly now as the drivers are driving more and the track gets a bit drier.
Yes.
But we never know, it might get worse by the end of the session too.
I think it said that it's the same throughout the session, just heavy rain, not gonna be light rain. Oh, we've got a
yeah.
McLaren ad here. Eric Griffin has been out
Ooh, yes.
right there. Has caught off guard right when he's spinning into the pits. Oh boy.
That
Ooh,
caught off.
that was a very, very good reaction there.
That
That
is.
screwed up his lap.
I think he
He's
can
gonna
still
continue.
cut into the pits, but I don't think he decided not to cut into the pits.
He got disqualified.
Yeah, Eric Griffin.
I think he got disqualified for blocking the pitching.
F in chat.
Yeah. Well, that was a very unfortunate series of events, to be honest. Even Eric Griffin is, retired. So because of that, Ripe got cut off and he has disqualified Dwajin. Sets the fastest time of the session with a 1:19.454. I have just one feedback to Codemasters. Why can't they make the background a bit more black so that it's more visible? I literally can't see the time, and I'm pretty sure no one on our streams can even.
Absolutely, and as we see that KG sets purple sector 3 and goes up to P3.
Right now, a lot of drivers crossing the line. Joker not judging his braking point, going really wide into turn 1. Yeah, so anyways, we know that the combination of turn 1 and 2 is really difficult to, not invalidate. And then considering that it's again a wet session, not sure what our drivers would think of that.
Absolutely, and we see that not people so far set a time yet. Somehow Eric Griffin is P16, although he's retired. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think people have to still set a time. Vinay crosses the line with a 1:20.1. E-Rock meanwhile also sets a time of 1:19.9. So currently 3 drivers in the 1:19 range. The times might improve a bit as the drivers get a bit more accustomed to the track, but we'll have to see. What would you have done, Masoom, like if you were on a, on this kind of condition on the track? Would you have taken high?
I would have fueled for 5 laps and just kept doing laps again and again, because the conditions are changing, and often it's more important to set a lap time in the best conditions rather than having the freshest tires.
That is very much true. Kuber Avi sets a time of 1:19.9. E-Rock improved on his time and went to P2 with a 1:19.4. So definitely people doing multiple laps on their stint just to, it also helps you get used to the track as well. Right now Vinay seems to be doing pretty good on his lap as well. This is also his 4th lap. So a couple of drivers taking the same advice that you gave, Masoom, and they are doing multiple laps, but again you have to keep in mind of your ERS as well. Vinay does cross the line and goes P3 with a 1:19.7, so definitely proves the point that the track is evolving. Berlin will cross the line to start his hot lap. Dwajin dives into the pits. BioRide is also going into the pits. Not the right time for BioRide to go into the pits, considering his teammate has just now pitted ahead of him. He will be held up. But coming to the final corner, it seems like Kuberavi will go into the pits. See if KG, no, that's Manish Kanchan, who is on his out lap. We have Abhi who is doing his lap. Oh, loses his car on the uphill climb. Saves the front part of the car and avoids a wing damage. Okay, moving up the field, we do have a Ferrari crossing the line right now. Still almost half the field yet to set the time, and people are still getting a bit more comfortable with their, drive. Nicholas Latifi has left the chat and his name has been changed to Kuber Avi for now. I don't know what is happening with the game, but Deadpool crosses the line, does not improve on his time. We do have a Renault of Abhi coming across the final corner, but he would not be improving on his time because of his incident in the second sector. We do have Berlin who will cross the line just now with a 120.9. Does improve on his time a bit, but not a lot. We do have KG who is coming around the final corner to start his lap.
Yep. I think Dwajin does have it in the bag, but as you see that Manish Kanchan is 1200 thousandths up on Dwajin's time. So it's just a matter of if he can hold it together in the last sector and hopefully got a good exit out of there.
Yeah, one thing I realized, this tier 3 race was the first. He did improve, I think, but I think he lost in his final sector a couple of tenths, and he is right now sitting in P3 with a 119.5. But as I was telling, this is the first time I have seen all admins commentary VC, and that too for tier 3. big importance given to Tier 3 right now. Rooker is about to cross the line on his third lap. Did not improve a lot on his time. Charitra in the pits. I'm not sure what this camera angle is implying.
Yep. I'm not sure. Iraq and Dwejin right now, 3,000 separating them. So that's definitely going to be interesting. 1200. Oh my god. Mind. And so right now they're separated by 3,000. So a very close battle happening for pole. As you say that SSJ Assassin seems to have set purple sector 1. So can he set purple sector 2? So from there, thankfully getting out of the way over there for SSJ Assassin. He should be crossing sector 2 in a couple of seconds. But still that's a blistering sector 1 time, I have to admit. And now crossing sector 2, he has 22 thousandths up on his on time switching time, but he got all out of shape in the last corner. So I think he is gonna be in trouble. As you see that we can see somebody has stopped on track and retired. But anyway, someone has to set the fastest purple sector. But as you see that SG Assassin loses out 3 tenths and ultimately finishes with the weight on P6. But he did definitely look like he was ripe for pole there.
Yes, so a lot of these drivers would be smelling the pole position right up, you know, because they...
let's go on about Dwejin and Iraq. I think one of them should have the purple sector. With Dwejin, it's being blocked by Deadpool. As with Iraq has that purple sector 1.
We will get back to Iraq a bit later since I think, okay, Dwajin has backed off.
Dwejin has backed out because he became blocked there.
Yes, so right now Iraq is flying right now. Mostly he won't be blocked by anyone ahead of him. Dwajin is going really slow to give a lot of space between himself and Deadpool ahead of him. But right now Iraq has clean air ahead of him. Let's see if he can improve on his time with a fresh set of hearts and probably low fuel run as well.
He's 2 tenths up on Dwajin's time, so he is looking absolutely on for pole here as long as he can keep it here. As we see a disconnected Charitra there.
I'm not sure whether it was disconnected or not, because if you disconnect in quali, you should directly go into the pits. But Iraq does cross the line and goes pole with a 119.1, 3 tenths faster than Dwajin. Again, the Renault boys showing their dominance. Meanwhile, Dwajin is also on his hot lap. Mostly sector 1 is done, but does not seem like he did a purple sector 1.
He should be having purple sector 1 because this data is updated live time, so I think he should have. We'll know once we cross sector 2 where we'll see his absolute delta to Iraq. Let's have a look. And now coming into this this corner is so tricky on traction in the wet. It's like ridiculously one of the most toughest corners there. As Dwajin gets really out of shape there, but seems to hustle it around pretty well. Now crossing the sector 2 mark, is he ahead? He is ahead by 10th. Ooh, this is gonna go all the way down to the wire. He just needs to not make a mistake in this final corner now. Now going fully on power, over-revving that 5th gear, definitely lost a bit of space. Ooh, gets out of shape. Can he keep that 10th? Let's go. He's crossing the line.
It does
he
go
goes
P1
on pole. Ooh, that's a huge margin.
He gained. He gained like 3 tenths in the final sector. I think the track is improving massively.
I think I can see less rain. I think Iraq also backed off on the straight a bit. I think because he might have been a bit cautious about improving. But I see that he does improve and it's still a 10th off pole. So I think he made a couple of mistakes in the second sector. That's why. But as I said, the track is improving massively, and I can see the rain has reduced.
Yes, we do have Charitra who has been disqualified. Mr. Zod. In the Williams, we saw him parked on the pit entry. I think he also DNF'd after hitting the wall somewhere in that area. But it seems like Nicholas Latifi has left the chat. So sad noises, I think. I think his Nicholas Latifi name has been changed to Kuberavi somehow.
Kuberavi, yeah. even Kuberavi is in here with the mix for the top. He's here for the front row here. Maybe if he can hook up a very good lap for P1 too, but let's see. But he did join midway through quali, so I'm not sure if his time will be taken. As we see that he is a 10th of Dwajin in the first sector. Ooh, and he's coming against Neon, who I think should get out of the way. If he does get out of the way, now coming into this corner is very tricky in the wet. You got to balance traction and get a lot of understeer. Now coming into this section, pretty easy should be. pretty comfortable here. This section is very difficult. Like a lot of drivers get this section wrong, and this like especially on the exit, it's a bit tricky, and you can also get a lot of understeer on the entry. Now coming here once again, I mentioned it's very tricky with the on power here because of the camber of the corner, but he takes it reasonably well. Now crossing the second sector, is he up on his time? Let's have a look. He is. Ew, that's really close. He's taking that curve aggressively. He's taking all the curves very aggressively. So is he in with the shout here? But based on his first sector time, I have a doubt he's running more wing. So he doesn't get caught out in the last sector. But now crossing the line, he seems to have saved a bit of ERS. Crossing the line, he does go on pole by
600.
600,
yes, around that. But in the last sector, he really gained a lot of time. As you said, I think I think that he is running higher wing.
I think what happened was he saved his ERS in the second sector, so that unlike a lot of other drivers, he didn't run out of ERS in the last sector.
Yeah, that kind of explains it. You can turn off your ERS for the second sector and then go for KG. Meanwhile, tops the chart with a 118.7.
Yeah, Dwajin is probably regretting right now not staying out on the lap right now.
Yeah,
Yep, the track is definitely improving right now.
It's improving massively, and I think Dwajin will be kicking everything that he can, because E-Rock has set the fastest time of a 118.4, 3/10 quicker than almost anyone on the grid. So definitely Dwajin did a very wrong decision to go into the pits now that he cannot even come out and set a better time. SSJ Assassin is currently on his hot lap going through first sector. Let's see if there are any more drivers. He did invalidate on the exit there. I do see Renault in the third sector.
E-Rock is improving once again, so track is really improving right now. Okay, looks like the time has gone down. We have E-Rock on pole. He goes really wide. KG is not improving. Let's go on about Cuber Abi. He's improving. He's a 10th up on his time, or he's 2/10 up on his time actually. But he doesn't have the ERS, so he's going to lose out massively in the second sector really.
I think he will think of saving it in the second sector, maybe turn off his ERS as well, since no one is behind him. He can take the line and he can try recharging his ERS.
Yeah, but he's going to have less deployment now, and additionally in the second sector, having ERS is extremely important here. But let's have a look. Now crossing the second sector, very important to take it right. Oh, everyone is understeering up there. Actually, now crossing the second sector, let's see if he's improving on his time right now. Yes. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, that was not a purple second sector.
No, he backed out. He backed out.
Yep.
So he's done with his session. Dwajin is done with his session. Manish Kanchan has pitted. I think that's quality done for us. Only the bottom 5 people could not set a time. Charitra getting disqualified, getting disqualified for blocking the pit lane because of the unfortunate distraction that he had with Eric Griffin's car, who DNF'd on the start finish line. Even Mr. Zod getting DNF'd on the start finish line. So a lot of people getting caught off in the fast left-hander on the start finish line. So definitely we do have E-Rock, who is leading the charge with a 118.4, 3/10 quicker than almost anyone on the grid. Currently followed by KG in P2 with a 118.7. Cuber Abi only good for a 118.8, and following Cuber Abi is Dwajin with a 118.8 again. DJ not being really happy with his performance in this race. P5 is taken by Manish Kanchan, P6 by Abhay Chandra, also known as Abhi, P7 by Vinay, P8 by SSJ Assassin, P9 by Neon, and Rooker rounds up the top 10 with P10 of 120.6. Rooker, who showed a really good standing in the beginning of this season, seems to be falling down a bit as the season is progressing. Hopefully he will get his mind together and come back up the field. But talking about Cuber Avi, he is one of the person who has shifted from a keyboard to a wheel from the past couple of weeks, and we can clearly see a great improvement in his time. So for people who say that the input does not matter. Trust me, it does. Having a wheel is way better than driving on a controller or a keyboard. Controller is still manageable, but keyboard people, really hats off to them. So going back, rewinding for the weather that we saw for race, we do have a dry start, but it will get wet towards the end. We do not know exactly when the rain would come. We will get to know, with our telemetry graphics, when there is 5 minutes to rain. But before that, we have absolutely no idea when the rain is gonna fall down on us. But as our drivers are waiting to ready up, we do see Joker reading up a bit early, but we do have 1 minute timer given to people to do their setup, to do their settings.
That's really bad for Joker right now because he already has a lot of penalty points as far as I'm aware, and this is a one penalty point.
You know,
So he's getting dangerously close to a season ban there.
I will tell you a weird thing. So in the driver briefing that we had just before this race, I specifically mentioned that since we have two coordinators in the session, you are not supposed to ready up, and I think he did not get the memo, even though he was there in that
because
driver briefing.
right now he's on 10 penalty points.
Yeah, so I think he's getting very close to...
Yeah, he is one warning. He's gonna be one warning away from a season ban at this rate.
Yes, not a good news for him, but going through the tire choices that our drivers have done, obviously they will have a bit more idea on the weather, or they are also predicting. But we do have E-Rock starting on the softs, behind him KG, Kubarabi, Dwajin all on medium, Manish Kanchan in P5 on the softs again, Abhi on mediums, and Vinay, SSJ Assassin and Neon on softs. Almost everyone, we do already have a disqualification on the back of the grid. Maybe a report coming in for someone not obeying the rules of formation lap, but we do have a lot of gap between P7 and P8. Hopefully he closes the gap soon, otherwise he risks a penalty as well in coming in his direction. But I think the gap is enough. But a lot of drivers choosing medium and softs, no one choosing the hards, so definitely they know something which we don't know. I know that hards are not a optimal tire for this track, but looking at the field going on softs and mediums, let's see who guessed the weather correctly and who did not get it correct.
I think hards don't really they don't wear much more than the mediums really. Like maybe they can go 2 or 3 laps more. That's it. So I think medium's the right choice, and if you look at the prediction, I think it's going to start raining halfway through the race, and the mediums here are extremely durable. They can go nearly the entire race actually.
I think that's why some people have opted for the softs. They think that maybe going for the softs will they can conserve the tire till the rain starts, and they will have the outright pace in the start as well.
They'll have a better start is what I feel, but I don't think they'll last long though.
Yeah,
because the softs do overheat a bit here.
Yeah, we do have a mixture of strategies right now as we wait for the lights to go out. I do not see the lights anywhere on my screen, so I don't know how many lights are out, but away we go. We do have E-Rock who gets a good enough start, a lot of ghosting going on in the back, but seems like a lot of drivers are going through the first corner. Again, a lot of cars are ghosted.
Manish Kanchan there was a good start. I could see. That is SSJ, I believe. Yep.
Yes.
That's Dead Bull. As we see, Manish Kanchan got a good start on the softs and is already challenging. There's contact. That's a Perez Ocon moment as both the racing points there have contact. KG is taken out there by his own teammate there.
Yeah, I think he just lost his rear or something, and then he just slid and
well, the good news is they aren't in the same BC, so that's going to probably help them.
Yeah, no more rage comments going out, but I don't think it was anyone's fault. It was a racing incident, but KG will be kicking everything that he finds near him. Another unfortunate race for him. We do have a lot of cars going side by side, and there's the braking marker completely short off, and we do have a Haas and a McLaren, I think it was BioRide and Vinay who have spun out in the final corner, and that is correct. Right now ahead, it seems like Dwajin is maintaining P3. The leaderboard on the left is fully glitched. I am sorry if I do not go to the correct person because I have absolutely no idea what is going on.
The soft showing that initial grip, but good job from Dwajin to keep up with them. And right now he's looking really good he's looking in a really good spot given he's on the mediums.
Yeah, right now it seems like a big train forming up as usual on Brazil, from P8 all the way to P4, all really close. It seems like Berlin is getting really impatient with Abhi behind him, and he is trying to get a move done. He has the superior soft tires and he just wants the move to be done. Seems to be lagging a bit, but I think hopefully it all gets fixed.
Yep, so you can see SSG Assassin also looking drive. Oh, like very, what do you call, abrupt driving, if I should say.
I think he's correcting his steering a lot. Not sure why.
Yeah, might be on a keyboard, but I think he's on a controller. I think he's on a wheel because on a controller because I could see
that's a
have
wheel.
better throttle control.
Yeah, that seems like a wheel, and that would be a warning for him. Ahead of him, we can see Abhi and Abhay Chandra going side by side. Seems like Berlin has got the move. Sorry, did I say Abhi and Abhay Chandra? I meant Berlin.
Yes.
Berlin and Abhi going side by side, and Berlin got the move done. Abhi getting all out of shape, and right now he's pushing Cube SSJ Assassin, and SSJ Assassin hits the wall.
And we have Joker who has retired.
Yes, and we do have a safety car. I'm not sure what happened to Joker. Oh, he retired on the left side there, so I think he lost his car on the exit and retired. But his car is way out of the way, you know.
I think it happens because you can get oversteered on the exit, and his car could have bounced off the rail there. And we have a safety car, so I think most of the soft runners might be opting to pit now.
Yeah,
for fresh mediums.
I also think so, but let's see.
Or they could stay out and conserve their tires.
Yeah, I think they will do that. They will keep their track position.
Yeah, but there's going to be a very short safety car according to me.
Let's see. The car has already been cleared. We do have Manish Kanchan pitting in, but I think he had some wing damage. We will see. Yep, he has wing damage, so he's changing his wing. Going on to the hards. We do have another wing change for SSJ Assassin, who got shoved off the track by Abhi, and he has also gone on for the softs. Rooker also coming into the pits. Soham Day also behind him coming into the pits. So a lot of drivers pitting in for a couple of wing changes slash undoing the incidents that has been done. Everyone changing their wing. We do have two drivers on the hard tires, Manish Kanchan and Charitra on the hards. I'm not sure why Soham Day is not going out. I think that might be the glitch of the game. He was held up for a very long time. Probably not happy with that. We do currently up ahead. It seems like E-Rock has decided to stay out on the softs. Did not pit and is running P1. P2 is taken back by
I think Manish Kanchan doesn't have the memo that this race is going till the end. This rain at the end.
I think the same, because definitely you do not need hard tires right now. I think he could have gone for a mediums as well. But yeah, looking at the field, it seems like right now Berlin has made a couple of positions on the race start. By a couple I mean a lot. So he has moved up by 8 positions on the start. Charitra getting 5 seconds with a severe collision with Zod. We do have Vinay diving into the pits and will lose a lot of positions because the field has bunched up. So he will end up pretty much dead last in the field. But it seems like the biggest gainer, Dwajin gaining 2 positions, Berlin gaining 8 positions, Eric Griffin gaining 10 positions after being DNF'd in quali. So a brilliant start by both Berlin and Eric Griffin. Neon gaining 4 positions on the race start. Biggest loser, if we talk about, it's Vinay, who is down 9 positions, and KG, who is down 6 positions after his incident with his fellow Racing Point driver into turn 3, if I am not wrong, so after the DRS straight. But hopefully he will get it back together and come back in it, because there is a lot to play for, as there is changing conditions, and there is a lot of strategy call that can happen from here on. We do have a lot of cars going really close to
This is gonna bring the rain. This health softness. Like people on the softs, they can stay out now, and the rain is gonna come closer to them with the safety car, essentially slowing down the laps.
So safety car is in this lap. E-Rock will control the pace of the pack. Hopefully, not a lot of drivers get caught off by the slow moving cars. It seems like Berlin is keeping a lot of gap between him and the car ahead. I'm not sure why.
He might be trying to get a slingshot and Dvejin when they do it.
Yes, and E-Rock has gone off. Dwajin seems to be caught off guard by a couple of tenths, and he might fall prey to Berlin. He is falling prey to Berlin, but keeps it clean into turn 1. Drifts really wide, and he might lose a couple of positions. Does not seem like it behind. It seems like everyone has kept clean. A couple of people exchanging position. It seems like Berlin is again looking for a move on Dwajin, but both of them burning as much ERS as possible to stay up front.
Yeah, but interestingly, Dvejin had the overspeed, although he got a better circuit. So I think Dvejin is running a little left wing.
It seems like Abhi has just overtaken Manish Kanchan there.
Those hearts will be really struggling in this opening part of the race.
Yeah, they are struggling big time. We can feel, we can see from his driving itself. He has to be really cautious with his moves. It seems like we do have another Ferrari battle going out in Brazil. The last time we saw this, it did not end up really good. Hopefully this time it ends up good, and it seems like Deadpool has given way to his teammate SSJ Assassin and has fallen back. Team orders done right, I would say, unlike the last time, so pretty good there. It seems like Berlin is still hot on tail of Dwajin right now. Dwajin on medium tires will take a couple of laps to turn on, but the soft tires are already in the window. Ahead we see E-Rock just flying off in the distance. The more time these people spend fighting each other, the more they will lose. We have Ripe and Deadpool going side by side on the end of the first DRS straight. Ripe gets the move done by the corner. It seems like Deadpool is losing a lot of time. I think he has put in a wrong setup. Rooker trying to dive on the inside of the uphill climb.
Let's go on to E-Rock. I think E-Rock has boosted his ERS to build a gap and go on for it. Yep, he's just seemed to use a bit more than going to we should get an idea.
I think both these drivers are saving. Yeah,
saving up. Yep.
Right now, people are still close. Surprisingly, they have not fallen off. We have a train forming from P12 to P14, all within 5/10ths of each other. KG setting the fastest time on the medium, so KG is on a charge right now, but he has to be careful to pick his battles. Someday scares off Rooker, who goes onto the grass on turn 1, and he is joining back on the track. The scaring tactics really worked out.
Yeah, I think Rocker was expecting a dive from.
Yeah.
And he tried to outbrake Soham, but he ended up outbraking himself.
Yeah, I think it was just a slight scare off given by Someday, a good tactic there.
Charitra is the first lap.
I think he's on softs. Yep,
he's got it. Yep.
New softs, showing the magic at this point of the race, but Someday seems to be very well in shape and is trying to chase down Deadpool as well. Up ahead we do have KG, who is trying to close the gap to Eric Griffin on the DRS straight. Will go on the outside. He has the mad pace that he needs. He might just have gotten the move done. He has. He did burst a lot of ERS for that move, but I think he will be happy that he at least got the move done, and that too easily. Up behind we see Soham Day already making a move on Deadpool as well, going on the inside. It seems like Deadpool has got his setup all wrong right now, because he is falling down the pack like a stone. Not gonna lie.
Deadpool was in the grass for 2 seconds. Not where you want, not where there's a lot of grip to.
Yeah.
You need to break on the tarmac at least.
That's the tricky part about this track.
Neon seems to be moving quite forward quite well, especially since safety car restart. He seems to be making a lot of forward momentum since then.
He has still kept on close to Kubarabi, so
he is gaining on Kubarabi. I don't know what's happened to Kubarabi. He's been struggling since the safety car restart.
Oh, Berlin goes wide and comes back.
Oh,
that's a very dangerous intro onto the track.
Looks like Neon is within striking distance. He can get the move done on Kubarabi by the end of the straight.
I don't think so. He will wait for the next DRS straight, if I'm not wrong. Yep, I think he will get the move. Wait for the next DRS straight. He knows that Kubarabi does not have DRS from the car up front, but he botched up his exit from turn 2, and that would cause him the overtake not to be done, and he will have to wait for some more time. It seemed like Berlin did a mistake on his own, because he was still around 5 tenths or 6 tenths behind Gauguin. So it seems like he did a mistake on his own, and that costed him a couple of positions for that matter. Right now Neon seems to be a bit off shape compared to our wheel driver here. KG has to be careful when he is trying to make these dive bombs.
He was really trying to force a move through there. And
I don't think so there was a move there. He's just making both of them slow, so you should just wait for it. If he knows that he's getting a better exit, just hold on, my dear, just keep on to the DRS and you will have your chance to get the move done. Behind him it seems like another train being formed from Eric Griffin all the way up to KG. Probably KG will carry this pack forward. We do have 3 cars going side by side into turn 1. Will the soft runner get out of this in the best shape? It seems like he will. SSJ Assassin gets the move done on Abhi into turn 1 on the inside. Manish Kanchan also getting the move done on Abhi. Abhi losing 2 positions in 1 corner. Not happy with what happened to him, but right now Manish Kanchan seemed to have no ERS left after he depleted all of that in a attempt to make that move done.
Yep, absolutely. No sign of rain yet. The softs will be reaching the end of their life in a couple of laps. Probably if we can go to gap to leader, we can get an idea of if E-Rock pits now, where will he come out?
Yes,
G.
Yes. I pressed the wrong button.
Yep, he's gonna come out just behind Rocker from the looks of it. He doesn't really have a pit stop gap to really employ here.
Yeah, even I feel like
he's going to come in the pit window of other cars for sure.
Yes, right now it seemed like Neon went on the grass to give way to KG, and he will lose 2 positions again into turn 1 as Berlin goes for a dive on Neon. Neon really taking it cautiously, and he loses 2 positions. We do have VSC, we have Vinay, who has crashed out on the pit entry.
I think he lost on the straight. It is quite common there to lose it on the straight here.
Oh, he has lost it there on the left side here. Especially if you are on a keyboard, like your car is almost on the edge, so you kind of tend to lose it sometimes. But yeah, VSC, E-Rock would hope that the VSC would have come a bit late, probably 30 seconds more late, and he could have done his pit stop there. Now we have to see if we get a drive-through for a couple of people.
I can see the clouds. It's just suddenly turned in cloudy, so the rain is coming.
Yes, the rain is definitely coming. We already have a drive-through for Charitra. Hopefully no one else gets a drive-through. We are green, DRS is enabled. Kubarabi already losing a position, it showed, to KG. KG is in the mix, going 3 wide into turn 1. What is that camera angle? Please show me proper camera angle. Dwajin gets the move done on E-Rock, who was caught napping on the VSC restart. KG looking really feisty, already diving on the inside of Dwajin into turn 3 or 4, whatever it is, and gets the race lead. E-Rock being the biggest sufferer of this, probably because his tires are dying right now, but he was caught off napping on the VSC restart. I think E-Rock was taking it a bit more cautiously than
Cuberby gets a big smash from Berlin over there.
Yeah, I think Berlin would have lost his wing.
Too much of a gap on the BSC restart and ended up getting completely napped with their Dwajin there.
Yeah, I think Berlin has lost his right wing.
Yep.
So big shunt from him from behind. I'm not sure what he was expecting, but it seems like E-Rock is getting all of shape.
As far as I know, you can do nearly 16 laps in the softs. So E-Rock is definitely reaching the end of his life on those softs.
Yeah, but the thing is that there were 3 laps of safety car and even 1 lap of VSC, but definitely he was caught a bit more napping. Dwajin seems to be doing a lot of mistakes, something that he should not do considering that there is a guy right behind him. Dwajin has the DRS but won't be enough because E-Rock will use his ERS. Dwajin dives straight back, another VSC. This time we have Joker Joker retired long back. Not sure why a VSC.
I think there was a VSC for a spin maybe.
Yeah, probably that explains it, but I still don't understand this game's logic of giving VSCs. But currently it seems like KG is flying, literally. So the pace that he has is exceptional. Right now, no one getting drive through. I am surprised by how cautiously people are taking, but KG a bit, caught off guard. This time Dwajin is the one who got caught up in the VSC restart, and E-Rock has created a bit of gap, more than a second, and Dwajin will not have the DRS for this lap, and E-Rock will have the DRS. So we'll see if E-Rock will try to use all his ERS, which he is doing right now, to catch up to the pack. We do have another battle going on behind. Okay, that's Neon who is trying to go into the pits right now.
Neon accepting that there's no point of staying along on the softs, and I think it'll be interesting if he goes on to another set of softs.
That might be possible, and I think the reason why he used up so much of his ERS was so that he can be in the DRS range of KG, and KG can pull him. Even with his tires dying off, he can pull E-Rock with him. So I think that's why he used a lot of his ERS. A couple of people pitting in, Neon being the soft runner pitting in for another soft, Deadpool with his medium tires pitting on for the hards. I'm not sure why at this point. Bioride also going on for another set of softs. So those people pretty much ending up towards the end of the grid right now, but E-Rock is still staying into the DRS, using all the ERS that he can use, literally 0% ERS. He is determined to get the move done. I'm not sure at what cost though, but he goes on the outside of KG, gives enough space to KG. KG had to back out for that corner.
Now he's gonna have nothing to defend on the exit now.
Yeah, right now we see Merrick Griffin making a move on the hard tire runner of Manish Kanchan. Will Manish Kanchan fight back? He will, with the DRS going on the outside into turn 3 or 4, giving enough space, just enough for him to be there, and moves up 1 position.
Absolutely. And now KG is just gonna fly past E-Rock on the straight.
Yeah, even
and all this battling is just going to bring Dwajin and Cuberby going to bring closer.
The only thing that KG needs to now know is the ERS percentage that E-Rock has. E-Rock compromises his final exit like anything, and I am pretty sure KG will get him on the next DRS straight. He is still using overtake as much as he can. KG should see the red light blinking on the car behind. We have Cuber Abi with his exceptional pace trying to make a move on Dodging. Dodging trying for a cutback line on the outside will turn on to the inside for the DRS straight. Who will get the DRS and who will get the move done? I'm not sure who got the DRS right now. Seems like Dojin got the DRS and he stays up ahead. It seems like Erok was able to defend his position at the moment. Seems like two more cars going side by side. Eric Griffin and Abhi going side by side. Abhi backed out. We have 4 cars there going really close to each other. It's not a good thing. It cannot end up really well for all these 4 cars. Behind we see Neon Soham Day getting all out of shape because of him being on keyboard and all these drivers moving up a couple of positions.
Yep, absolutely. And as we can see, Erok does maintain the position. KG is struggling in the second sector behind Erok. So he's not going to be happy about that. Maybe the dirty air is catching him off guard. But as we say that now that train with all that battling has now become reunited.
I'm not sure what happened.
Did he stop?
It's giving me the audio of race over.
What just happened?
That's another new bug, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why the race got cut short now itself.
Wait, what?
I have no idea what happened.
I think we need to rejoin the lobby.
I have absolutely no idea what happened. It did not send me to the timing sheets as well. Does this mean that I will not be able to join as a spectator again? Yep, I am in another random lobby I don't know of my own.
That was weird. I think we should be able to rejoin and we should be able to rejoin the race.
Let's hope so. It just randomly kicked me out and played the race over theme song. I don't know why. Let's hope that I am able to rejoin. A lot of spectator glitch coming out in this game as time is progressing. I think they have just stopped development of this game whatsoever. Is stuck at please wait. Hopefully I join in. Yes, I do join in. We do have a safety car.
And that was perfect for Erok, I'm thinking.
Yes, so almost everyone diving into the pits right now. We do have...
KG has stayed out.
Yes, KG has stayed out. Let me see the tires they are on. Yes. Manish Kanjan will definitely stay out with his hard tires. Abhi also staying out. Raip.
Where is Dojin? What happened to Dojin? He seems to be fallen back quite a lot.
I think he got held up in the pits. That's the best guess we can do because we have absolutely no idea what happened because the game thought that.
Cuber Abhi was also for. Cuber Abhi is right behind Erok there with softs and Erok is on mediums.
Oh. We have someone on inters, ladies and gentlemen, in the sun. So
he's just
rubbering the track, you know.
Rubbering the track. Oh, apparently Bayerai disconnected.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
That kind of explains it. I am not sure whether we should restart the lobby or not.
I think it was relatively graceful, so it should be fine. We haven't seen a lot of people like complain.
We haven't seen any glitches right now. Only I got DC'd. But apart from that, I have not seen any glitches right now. Hopefully it stays the same. Let's see. If we see a glitch, we might have to restart the lobby. We are already 20 laps in this race. We do have Charitra who has to serve a drive-through, it seems. I will just put out a message regarding the lobby, but we are under safety car. The safety car was called out because Deadpool has DNF'd. I'm not sure what was the cause of the DNF and what exactly happened for that DNF to happen, but we are currently looking into if the lobby is glitched or not. If it is, we might need to restart the lobby itself. So we'll get back to you guys soon.
Alright, looks like it's really tough to call this race. The people who box aren't really far off. Aren't really far off from the people ahead, so looks quite close. If we can open the penalties, we can see who all currently have a drive-through for speeding under safety car.
Yeah, that might be the reason. We'll see if the lobby is actually glitched. Mr. Zod, our rookie for today, is deciding to stay on the inters even though there is still no sign of rain. We should get a notification.
We should get a notification.
Yeah. For 5 minutes. So which we have not yet gotten. So I think that there is no rain. Let's see. No rain expected yet, at least. Maybe after 6-7 laps we can expect a rain, but definitely he will be struggling with 1 second.
It is really cloudy. If there's anything.
Oh, Mr. Zod had decided to go into the pits to change for a race. He does get a 5-second penalty in doing so.
Yeah, big brain moment from him right there. Should have.
And he has gone on for the hut, so really big brain moments he is doing right now. He should probably, just go back and reflect on the decisions that he has taken and look at the other drivers, what strategy they went through, because obviously it's all a learning curve. He might be new to all this different changing conditions and what he should do when things are
it looks like we're back with teammates again. The 2 racing points are again leading at the start.
Yep, so this seems like a good pairing, who I am not sure who the second racing point driver is, and
the Manish Kanchan is actually
yeah, that's what, like, I'm not sure who the second racing point driver is right now, but it seems like KG is slowing the pack how much ever he can, and Abhi is ready to pounce on.
I wonder if he's going to go all the way to the line and then
oh no, he has gone.
He has gone. Nobody got it. Oh, there's a huge Mijella moment over there. SSGS hasn't got completely off guard. Ouch.
Oh, I am not sure what happened at the back, but it seems like a lot of cars are trying to stay on the track. Charitra, not so much. It seems like SSJ Assassin has retired somewhere in the pits, near the pits.
No, I think he got swiped off by another car there. I was watching the map.
Oh, okay.
And actually, both the racing points get a good start, and both the Renaults are also quite each other. Hopefully, are there going to be team orders? Is there going to be some absolute team carnage today?
I don't think so, since they are not in the same VC. They won't have any team orders right now. It seems like Charitra is going for a move. He already overtook Rooker, and now he makes a move on Somde as well. I think Somde was carrying a lot of speed for that corner.
We can see rain in 5 minutes. That's like 3 laps more for the rain to start. So these guys had to go diving into the pit soon enough.
If you forgot to see, we do have a change in the leader's position, and Manish Kanchan is leading the race as it stands. KG just staying behind him.
Yeah, those softs are entering the last laps of their legs of their life right now. And if it rains, these guys are at a pit earlier, and the people who box the softs can stay out a bit longer. Actually, the softs will actually generate a bit more heat in these intermediate conditions.
Yes, let's see if DJ really misjudges the braking point, and he sends Kuberabi flying with a big punt on the back. Will not be happy. Very strong words we can expect that was a close move again by between Rooker and Somde on the uphill climb. One of the trickiest place in my opinion to get a move on anyone. Right now it seems like Iraq wanting a pass from his teammate so that he can go hunt down P1 and P2.
Yep, absolutely. And Dwajin really doing a very stupid move there on Kuberabi. Like, especially like that was a very rookie mistake to make. But it's nice to see Mercedes being taken out by another car.
We do have the first drops on our screen as the rain has started to come down on us. It seems like Charitra just went off.
He became disqualified for ignoring
drive-through. But
yeah,
honestly,
Iraq has gotten ahead of Abhishek right now.
Yes, the deltas have gone off for me, so very nice game. Ripe has dived into the pits for a set of inters. Not the right time, my dear. Maybe one more lap, and that was the perfect time to pit in for the inters. But nevertheless, it seems like the Renaults have exchanged position. We have a yellow flag for, I think it's BioRide's car, but that's all good. Apart from that, it seems
you can see how much more grip these softs are having right now.
You know, I feel really bad for Charitra. I was gonna make a comment. The way he was making moves, he overtook Rooker, he overtook Somde, he overtook Neon in a span of around one and a half.
I think Dwajin is on a move right now, if I'm not wrong. Iraq is also on a move on KG, who is really struggling with this. Both of them are out of ERS, but oh my god, Iraq with Dwajin just trying to double overtake on those cars there.
Yes, it seems like Dwajin is trying to do a lot of overtakes in one corner.
But he's met them and he has now lost. He is now going to fall under attack from Abhijendra over there.
Yes, right now. Let's see. Dwajin will also be anticipating a penalty coming his way for the things he has done. So
Abhay Chandra's tires are about to blow. They can blow literally any second, and I'm pretty sure KG is on a similar situation as well.
Similar situation indeed. I can really see the tire. We can see the lines on the tire, which indicates that it's dead.
It is not ready for inters yet. I hopefully nobody does rush into the inters right now, especially those with fresh stops.
It seems like Berlin gets the move done ahead. It seems like Dwajin gets the move done on Eric Griffin on the inside. There, Dwajin not at all being patient, and Eric Griffin getting all out of shape. Abhi gets the move done on him. KG has also spun out in the final corner. I almost forgot to see that. And he has also fallen.
Does he have a puncture? Does he have a puncture? Yep, he has a puncture.
Oh, is it a rear? Does he have a puncture?
Yep, he has a puncture.
Oh yeah, rear left. Yes.
Rear left. Yep. Is it rear right? Rear
right. Yeah, rear right. He gets a rear right puncture. So this is probably the first puncture we have seen in IRC racing in this season, I think. So as you said, KG will be on his tire edge, and he does go into the pits for another set of softs. I'm not sure if that was a good moment.
Oh, and it's a VSC right now, and that I think that plays right. Actually, Management is too far away, but if this VSC is going to stay out for long, it's really going to play into him.
Seems like Abhay Chandra has also retired. I think he also got a puncture somewhere on the exit here.
Yep. It looks like we're replaying what happened in Baku in Brazil over here.
Yep, he is. Either he got a puncture or his tires were so dead that he did not have the traction there, and he just went into the wall on the left side. Again, both the medium runners who were trying to keep their tires as much as they can, both losing a lot of time because
Manish Nanjan is staying out. I think Iraq is staying out, and okay, it looks like we have racing again. I can see another yellow flag in sector 2, but either way, Manish Nanjan getting a good launch out of the VSC. Looks like is gaining on Iraq. He's setting really good pace given that he's on the hards right now.
And what we thought, we were kind of mocking the hard runners, but honestly he did the best strategy at this point, seems like it.
Yep.
Because of all the safety cars that came into play.
The safety car, he gained a lot, especially after between the second safety car and first safety car.
Yeah, it was like he just stayed out and everyone else pitted, so he could
Yep.
just maintain his position. But it seems like he's losing a lot of time right now. It seems like KG making a move on Mr. Zod there. We have another yellow flags. Not sure for what. We have Manish Kanchan who has lost his car in second sector and has lost 2 positions. His tires definitely not staying with him, especially considering that it's a damp track and he will lose some time to the cars behind. It seems like Eric Griffin on the soft is kind of one of the fastest with the grip that he has with the fresh shop. Gets the move done on Neon as well. So, you know, the fresh shots really helping it out. We have a spun. Oh, that will be Kuber Abi. Yes, Kuber Abi has spun in the final corner exit. The damp condition catching everyone off guard and everyone spinning out on the traction zones as we see almost everyone pitting in for the enters right now. Everyone into the pits except E-Rock and Manish Kanchan, who have decided to stay out for one more lap, but I think this is the right time for the enters. Dwajin would have made a really good move, and we will get to know soon as we will see him come out of as we will see E-Rock and Manish Kanchan pit. But it seems like someone has gone on to the wets. That will be Kuber Abi, who has decided to go on to full
I can
wets.
see Dwajin is gaining massively on this outlap. I can see that Delta is dropping. So Dwajin seems to have picked up the right spot to go onto the inters over here.
Yeah, I can clearly see Neon also struggling, and you know, all the
Yeah.
enter.
If Rocker doesn't have many penalties, he could win big here.
Yes, he can. He did do the right strategy. We see the soft tires dying, crying for
Dwajin has
help.
gained 3 seconds in the space of 3 corners there.
Yeah, E-Rock cannot go on full throttle even if he wants to. He is diving into the pits, but a bit late, I would say. Brother, I think Dwajin will be way up in the lead with his perfectly timed pit stop.
Yep, absolutely, and that means Rocker and Eric Griffin will now moving into top 3, I think, because the amount they've gained. But let's see where E-Rock comes out.
Seems like he's still in the pits. He was held up for the racing point a bit more, so more disappointment for E-Rock. As
Rocker is past him now. Eric Griffin is past him now. He's all the way around P4 right now, and potentially Berlin's gonna pass him now.
Yeah, he's not gonna be happy. Okay, he comes out P4. Not a bad position. We do have the car of Berlin in the background, who is coming out of the final third corner and joins the battle. So now it is wet conditions. The field should space out a bit, and we can do a bit of chilling for some time. Manish Kanchan also not getting the best of the strategy. I am pretty sure if Manish Kanchan would have pitted one lap before, he would have been looking for a race win here today. But that's the beauty of strategy, what you choose. We do have Kuber Abi on the wets. We have to keep an eye on him, how well he is performing compared to the guys on intermediates, because we do know that the condition will keep getting worse and worse. So was it thunderstorm at the end, or was it just light rain at the end?
No, it was heavy rain, I think.
So heavy rain, still probably a wet condition, I would say, but enters can also suffice in that. So let's see if if these people can carry on with their enters. Right now it seems like Kuber Abi is losing time because it's not wet enough for the track.
Yep, absolutely. Eric Griffin actually sitting in good time, staying at. Oh, Mr. Zod trying a move on KG there. What is happening with KG? Does he have damage?
I'm not sure. I think Mr. Zod trying a very aggressive move on KG. Luckily, KG not having a wing damage, it seems. So
It is raining heavily. I can confirm there is actually heavy rain
Yes.
right now on track.
I think the rain will keep getting worse and worse. So
Yep.
probably the wet tires.
Kuber Abi is actually it's actually just in between inters and wets right now.
Yes.
So Kuber Abi wouldn't be really losing too much time on those wet tires.
Hopefully, but he has lost a lot of time, to be honest.
He is losing, but it's not as bad as it could have been.
It's not as bad as it could have been is the hope that right now Kuberabi is having, as he is so slow on the corners that Neon had to brake to avoid getting a shunt. KG does get the move done into turn 1. I did not expect him to go for that move, but he does get the move done. And Neon still trying to find a way past Kuberabi, who is struggling with the wets, and he does get the move done. I think it still enters territory, and that's why.
From the looks of it, like I just noticed, it enters in some parts of the track, it's wets in some parts of the tracks.
Yes. So right now it seems.
If you look here, if you look at this section on the second straight, there is actually a lot of spray. Rocker really outbreaking himself there, trying to keep E-Rock behind. But this is already a battle that's done because E-Rock doesn't have any penalties, but E-Rock gets a much better exit out of that. I think that is turn 4.
Yes.
And yep,
Gets
that's
the move
that.
done. Yes. But yeah, I think Rooker will be happy to at least be up there finally after so many races, so many unfortunate bad lucks and incidents. But yeah, apart from that, as you were telling, a couple of patches on the track do look really wet. But right now I think the racing line can still be. We do have a Mercedes spun out, and that will be Kuberabi. So who is trying to get off the way for other people, and in that he just goes off the track, spins around again.
Yep.
So not happy with the wet tires currently he is, as he gets lapped by Dwajin. Dwajin is like 8 seconds clear of everyone, but
Well, let's have a look at penalties. I think everyone is pretty much on equal tires. So let's have a look. Okay, okay. So we can see the penalties right now. Virgin is on 6 seconds. E-Rock is on no penalties right now. If he were to gap the leader, that would be better. Okay. Yeah. So if we can see, the gap between them is around 14 seconds. So if Virgin makes a mistake, E-Rock can still get the win here.
Yeah, and I think
Or
that
even Eric Griffin is in for a shout here.
I am not sure what is wrong with Kuberabi, but he is just spinning out everywhere.
He's on the wets, so I think his rear is now overheated.
Yeah.
You can see his rear wear is also extremely high, so he's really struggling on those wet tires right now.
He is spinning out every 2 corners, literally, not even kidding. At this point, it seems like he has given up. Yeah, he is not able to be really confident with his throttle as well. Seems like E-Rock is closing up a bit, maybe. Like maybe a 10th per lap to Dwajin.
Yeah, but I think Dwajin is also taking the rest right now since he wouldn't want to risk any penalties.
Yeah, that is also.
You can also notice E-Rock is really bursting his ERS right now.
Yeah, that is very much true for E-Rock. Dwajin is running with very good ERS, but we do have a gap formed. We can relax for a bit as we see Kuberabi in the minimap going into the pits. We should get a message popping telling that he has retired, or I'm not sure, he might go on to the inters
He
and
might
try.
go. Yeah, quite possibly. He might be going to finish the race anyway.
Yeah.
Yep, it looks like he is finishing the race.
Yes, he will come out with the inter tires. Now, good to see that people are not giving up, even though they had not a good of a race. So anything can happen in the wets, you never know. Especially anyone can crash out, anyone can get a puncture, as we saw one guy, KG, being the unfortunate person to get.
Yeah, but I would say the limit of those meetings is 20 laps, 22 laps, and this guy is
Yeah.
taking 24 laps.
That was a bit too much that they were expecting from the tire, especially considering it's a full damage, enabled here. So definitely not a wise move.
Yep, absolutely. E-Rock is still seems to have been in limbo right now, but he's still he needs to find 6 seconds in 3 laps. But that can be done. Legend does make a mistake or gets another penalty.
Yeah, right now another battle piling up is Sohamday on right. So
Let's not forget, Virgin also has
yeah,
penalty coming for instance with Kuberabi.
yes, he is definitely gonna get some penalty.
Based on what I know, that's gonna be potentially 5 seconds. So Virgin effectively has 11 seconds of penalties right now.
Yes, so if we consider that, then E-Rock
Yeah,
has
so
to
the
just
gap is just E-Rock just needs to spend 2 seconds there.
yes.
3 actually.
Yes, so currently it seems like if Irok does not get penalty, as we have a battle on board with Sohamde who goes on the outside of Ripe. Ripe trying to defend the inside line and Ripe spinning out in that manner. I don't think so it was Sohamde's fault at all, because he did leave a lot of space on the inside for Ripe to go. But still Ripe spun out. Not sure what happened. Maybe Ripe outbraked himself. But yeah, I am not sure. I don't think so it was Somde's fault. He did leave a lot of space. But as I was telling, so as it stands, Irok will get P2 right now if he does not get any more penalties.
Let's turn Captain Leader. Yeah, so if you can see, it's 13 seconds right now. If Irok gets anywhere within 11 seconds of Vijay, he might be the race winner.
Yes, he might be the race winner indeed. So all he has to do is close 2 seconds in the next 2 laps. I don't think so it's possible, but yeah, he can definitely try. There is a slight possibility that Dwajin can get a 10 seconds question mark.
Not
for
really,
that, for that
I don't
incident.
know, but we are assuming a minimum worst case, the best case scenario is
Yes, 5
NFA,
seconds.
but 5 seconds seems more reasonable, but let's see.
Yes, let's see. It does not seem like he is gaining a lot on Dwajin, but he can use his ERS to close the gap a bit right now, but so can Dwajin use his ERS to, you know,
Let's go on board Vijay and see what ERS he has right now.
He
is using it now.
Yes. He's trying to create a gap, but right now even Irok has the same thing in his mind. So even Irok is using his ERS as much as he can.
He needs to find 1.6 right now, I guess. Yeah, 1.6 seconds more. Ooh, this is looking very, very close. And you can see he's coming against a lap. Is that a lap car? No, that's Eric Griffin.
That's Eric Griffin, just ahead of him within a second. Almost within a second. I think it's 1.5 seconds if I'm not wrong.
Oh, so.
Yeah, 1.6 seconds.
Yep. Very interesting. As you can see, the gap is 12.5. There's nail biting stuff, I have to admit.
I don't think so he will get it, because this is the final lap. We will Dwajin is coming through the final sector right now, and it seems like Irok has lost the time that he gained on Dwajin in the past couple of laps. I think that might be because Dwajin is using a lot of his ERS, or Irok has given up one of those. But Irok does know that he will get P2. Eric Griffin getting a P3. I never thought that this would happen, but it has happened today. So we will have a new podium finisher as Dwajin crosses the line. In P1, Eric Griffin will be the second person to cross the line, will not improve on his time, will be P2 on track, but will go down to P3 as Irok crosses the line, finishing
7.3. Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yes. Yes. So Rooker crosses P4, Manish Kanchan P5, Berlin moving, Manish Kanchan moving up on Berlin, I think Berlin P6. Right now P7, Somde is coming across the final corner on the final straight to get a P7 with no penalties on his hand. Ripe with a P8, Neon with a P9 as it stands, but maybe Neon will get a P8 after all the penalties are applied, and that does happen. Neon moves up to P8, Ripe with a P9, KG after a tire puncture on almost the final part of the track comes up and rounds up P10.
Both the Mercedes and the pink Mercedes having a bad day out there, I have to admit.
Yes, and indeed. One pink Mercedes did not make the correct decision.
I just noticed on the steering wheel, the KG actually finished with on low fuel mode.
Oh, okay. So KG not at all happy with what happened, but Dwajin wins the race on track, followed by Eric Griffin and who won on track but lost a position on penalties to Irok, who finished P2. A big finish by him as well, after a lot of incidents have surpassed him in the past couple of races, but he will be happy with his race result. Eric Griffin His first podium at IRC with a really good drive today. He did come up with some good performance today, finishing up in the P3. Um, we we will go through the bottom of the field. From Abhi itself, we had around 6 DNFs, unfortunate DNFs, who could not complete the race because of some incident. Abhi getting a tire puncture or maybe just slamming into the walls because of low grip for dragging the tires too much to the end. And the others also, we saw a lot of incidents into on the exit of turn 4, but yes, that's where most of these drivers lost their car. But nevertheless, a brilliant race, and again a wet session for our tier 3 boys. A wet quali with a changeable conditions in the race. Definitely a spectacle to watch, but definitely not a happy thing that these drivers have to go through. Not a chill race for them at all. They have to be on their nerves as we wait to get all our drivers in for a podium interview. Who is this is his first podium for Eric Griffin, so we will have him as well in for his reaction. Okay, I'm just waiting for the drivers to be tracked in. So Masum, if you are there, why don't you start off with E-Rock, who is here with us in the VC?
Yep.
So both Dwajin and E-Rock have been brought here. So starting off with E-Rock. So after a lot of unfortunate races and incidents, finally a podium. How does it feel, E-Rock?
Hey guys, feels great definitely.
Yeah, like you have been having a bad streak of races, and finally you are up there in the podium. We did see you start on softs, and then I think you pitted for another soft or a medium. I'm not sure.
Medium, yeah.
Medium, yeah, and then you went for the inters. Your decision to go on the inters, I think, was a 1 lap later than what Dwajin
Yeah.
did, and because of yeah, and
I
because
lost a lot of time in that lap.
yes, so uh, did you expect the track to change so rapidly for the wets, or were you still thinking that maybe the mediums are still good for one more lap?
Yeah, no, so we've seen in the previous races, right, the transition from soft, from dry to wet is kind of very slow. So it is kind of dicey whether we need to move to medium or to intermediate. But my last lap before moving on to intermediate was extremely slow. I was really struggling to find any grip. So it was there to be taken, right, the intermediate. So that's what I did.
Also coming to KG, who was up in the battle for P1, P2 for a lot of the race, but he got a puncture on the, on one of his laps. So
On the 25th lap, I believe.
yes, on the 25th lap. So what did you expect that to happen, or was that an unexpected outcome?
Yeah, so in lap one, I think he spun behind me. The person behind him was fighting with him, and he kind of spun behind me. So I knew that if he was on mediums, he would have been on them for quite some time. So I wasn't really expecting, but my speed was kind of okay. And since the rain was anyway coming, so I was just hanging back, seeing if he makes any mistake.
Yes, indeed. Anyways, a great race by you. Congrats on that. We will go on. We'll go on.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, we'll go on to Eric Griffin now. Your first podium, man. Congrats. How do you feel?
Thanks. It feels amazing, starting from P16, crashing out in qualifying, to ending up on the podium is actually really nice.
What exactly happened in quali? We saw you crashed out on the start-finish straight on the left side just before the pit entry. What exactly happened there?
So what I was gonna take the last corner. I was on my hot lap. So and I spun on the last corner and it automatically reset me. So
Okay.
I went onto the grass. It put me back on the track. So when I tried to finish the lap, my rears were super hot, and I just spun out and just had to retire from the session.
We saw one more victim getting taken out because of your spun car there. That was Ripe, I think, if I'm not wrong, the Mercedes of Ripe. He was on his hot lap. It wasn't your fault. You were just waiting there, but at the end, basically he saw your car and he just got distracted, and he lost his car on the pit entry, and because he was blocking the pit entry he got DSQ'd. But a lot of unfortunate incidents happened there. But apart from that, talk us through your race, like what happened on the start. How did you gain a lot of positions on the start?
So I thought I knew, this is the first time I had a race engineer, and to be honest, he was a huge help. So he told me to take the start cautiously, and to my surprise, as this is a tier 3 lobby, many people went off track. So I was able to grab a few positions there. Then the rest of the race. So I think somebody early readied up. So my plan was to go on softs, but I started on the mediums, which is actually kind of a blessing in disguise. So I was able to go really long into the race. Like I would have pitted only once, like for the intermediates, but then I got wing damage. I thought my race was done there. I thought I'd probably end up top 5 maybe if I'm lucky with the wing damage and pitting. But something happened when I pit. As soon as I pit, the safety car came out. So I gained a few positions there too. And from there, it was just driving cautiously and trying not to get any penalties.
Yes, indeed. So as you said, you were thinking of doing only one pit stop starting on the mediums. Let me tell you, it was actually not possible. KG tried doing that and he got a puncture, and even Abhi, he tried doing that, and I'm not sure whether he got a puncture or whether he just lost his car on the after the start finish straight, but he had no grip after the 24th lap. So after 24th lap, KG got a puncture, and Abhi, he lost his car, so it was not possible to just go on the mediums and finish till the end. But yeah, on the
So I guess that wing damage was another blessing
yeah.
then.
Anyways, congrats on your P3 after the penalties were applied.
Yeah.
But a brilliant drive from you. You were looking really feisty on the race as well. Like, can I know who was your race engineer? Was it one of the IRC boys?
Actually, it's one of my cousins, and he's
Okay.
huge into this F1, and he's pretty good at the game too. Like he's much faster than me.
Yes, indeed. So he did help you a lot for the race. Great shout out to him as well, for getting our boy on the podium, on his first podium. But yeah, moving on to Doajin. So Doajin, you finished P1. We did see you punt off a car. I think it was Kuberabi.
Yeah, Kuberabi.
Yeah.
Sadly, I had to punt him off. He was going really slow into that corner. Yeah, we'll see what the stewards will decide. But I think it was my fault, to be honest. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I got a really bad start. I didn't go into gear at the race start, so I lost 2 seconds there. But for my, I think I was lucky because some cars lost it on the first turn, and I was able to keep my position. Then after doing some 15-16 laps, I think I lost the car on the second turn, and I lost my wing completely. I got red wings, so I had to pit for softs. And after that, it was just a good race for me. I think I got the.
I think the game changer was the time when you decided when to pit.
Yeah, when I decided to pit.
Yeah.
So I think I went in for the correct time. Like I got the inters in, and Erox sadly lost a lot of time because he didn't pit with me.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only reason he lost P1 today.
Yes, that is very much true. Even we got to know that you pitted in the perfect time window for the inters, and that really helped you. But nevertheless, a great drive from you as well. Again, congrats to all our podium finishers. Tier 3 not disappointing us again, having a brilliant race today in the wets, a good spectacle to watch, but as I said, not the fun thing that our drivers would expect, but a great show of talent by all our drivers, managing the changeable conditions and the strategy. Definitely a big learning thing for a lot of drivers who would know much better when to pit for the next time. But that's it from us, me and Masoom, in the commentary box today. For our tier 3 race. Join us for our tier 2 race today night at 8 p.m. On the same track here at IRC, where our tier 2 boys will go head to head on this circuit of Brazil Interlagos, and we might have a spectacle to watch there as well. But that's it from me and Masoom.